This is the Fantasy Sports Boss with another video for you. Make sure you hit that subscribe, hit that notification button. More videos will be coming hot and heavy as we lead into the weekend, moving towards Fantasy Football Week 6. And, of course, the live stream will be later on today at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, so make sure you look for that. Now, today, what I want to do with, the season pretty much a quarter of the way through is to talk about who makes up the all-bust team so far. And I'm going to update this a number of times as you get through the season. Some players certainly can turn it around. Some players who don't make the bust team right now could make the bust team later on. Now, the one thing I always say about the bust team, I base this not on injuries, I base it on underperformance. Because anybody could get hurt, and to call somebody a bust because they got hurt is just not fair. So it's going to be based on poor performance, underperformance, what have you, not meeting expectations. So in terms of the quarterback position, let's start with the quarterback position. At this point, looking over, and I'm just doing this live because I didn't plan all this out, it's easy to say that Russell Wilson right now is the top bust candidate at quarterback, and I think the honorable mention goes to Matthew Stafford. Both guys have drastically underperformed this season with their numbers. 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions for Russell Wilson, 5 and 7 for Matthew Stafford. Both guys have been just absolutely putrid, horrible, whatever negative adjective you want to give them. Both guys fully deserving to be on the all-bust team with the season, pretty much a quarter of the way through. Now, let's move to the running backs. So we'll pick a few additional running backs here, since it's a deeper position in terms of the bust so far this season. Looking at this right now, I'd have to say I'm not going to give it to Antonio Gibson because I don't Chase Edmonds for sure, absolutely. And again, I'm going through this list live. I did not pre-plan this because I wanted to make it a surprise for you and me as I do this video. But certainly Chase Edmonds, absolutely 100% needs to be on the bust list. Just god-awful performance this season. Looks nothing like the guy in Arizona. Now, you could say that's Mike McDaniel's fault, and McDaniels maybe is too obsessed with Raheem Mostert, not using Edmonds in the way that Cliff Kingsbury used him. That's probably fair to a point. But Edmonds has vastly underperformed any preseason expectations we had of him, and I had some high expectations from myself heading into the season for sure. In terms of some other busts at the position, A.J. Dillon, again, through no fault of his own, I don't think Dillon can be knocked. I think it's more the coaching staff, but the numbers haven't been there. I think you certainly can knock A.J. Dillon for that. James Conner certainly deserves to be on the bust list. Listen, he looks like he has nothing left in his legs. I mean, that's how bad it's been for James Conner. He's got no speed. He just doesn't have it. He's not firing off. He's not staying healthy again for sure. So I don't like him. Najee Harris, definitely on the bust team. I said coming into the season he wasn't going to go anywhere near the numbers he had a year ago because of the switch at quarterback with Ben Roethlisberger not playing quarterback now. He's not going to get those dump-off throws. It's just not going to be the same kind of offense for him this season. Now, in terms of, let's see, Jonathan Taylor's a tough one. I mean, do you want to call Jonathan Taylor a bust? I guess you could. I mean, he's the number 1 pick. He absolutely bombed out the last couple of weeks after being very good week 1. So I guess you could but I think offensively the game script has gotten away from him a little bit because of the Colts have fallen behind each week. So I'm not sure I'm going to cement him on the bust list, but somebody who does deserve to be cemented on the bust list, and this is the last entry, is Cam Akers. Cam Akers, the Achilles injury has ruined him. He's absolutely another one of these guys who suffered Achilles injury and is never going to be the same again. He just doesn't have any speed. It's been hard to watch. It's been that bad. So I certainly think that he deserves to be on this list. All right, now let's look at the wide receiver bust. Elijah Moore has to be on this list. Garrett Wilson usurped Elijah Moore from the start. We could blame some of that maybe on Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson had a good thing going with Elijah Moore last year, but Wilson's back now, and it still hasn't translated. Corey Davis is actually stepping up in place of Elijah Moore. So Elijah Moore deserves to be a bust. In terms of Brandon Cooks needs to be on the bust list. He was doing very well last season in a very underrated manner. And he's been underrated his entire career, for sure. But the numbers just have not been there. You could blame Davis Mills on this for sure to a certain extent. But Brandon Cooks falling way short of expectations this season. Also deserving Jerry Judy. Jerry Judy, I guess, is just not that good. I mean, we've been waiting on Jerry Judy for 2+ seasons now. He just, we were absolutely right projecting Cortland Sutton over Judy this season. He just doesn't look that good. I mean, it's just some receivers, it just doesn't happen, like a Jalen Reagor. They come in with a lot of expectations, and for whatever reason, they don't fire. And that seems to be the case here for Jerry Judy. DJ Moore. DJ Moore is being swallowed up by the awful play of Baker Mayfield. And this one's a real shame because I really do like DJ Moore. He's quite, 90-plus passes, over 1,000 yards the last couple of seasons, despite horrible QB play. But I guess Baker Mayfield is just so goddamn terrible that there's just no helping him. And Juju Smith-Schuster, I was very high. I'm going to take a hit on Juju. I was very high on him. He's been playing like shit all season. Outside of maybe the first couple of weeks, it has not been good lately. I think Marquez Valdez-Scantling is starting to pass him in the receiver hierarchy. So he absolutely deserves to be on this list. All right, let's look at the tight ends. There's a lot of tight ends. Darren Waller, for sure. George Kittle, for sure. That second tier of tight end has been an absolute disaster. It's been brutal. Both Kittle and Waller with injuries and underperformance has no doubt about it belong on this list for sure. And then there's Kyle Pitts. You have to have Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts might be one of the biggest busts of any position in the entire fantasy football universe. The passing offense is putrid. Pitts has not been able to make the best of it like he did last season in Atlanta. So Kyle Pitts certainly deserving to be here as well on the list. Now, hit that subscribe, hit that notification button. We have the live stream later on today. Make sure you look for it.